11-year finisher. Do we have anybody who has done completely all 11 years in the room? That would be Pam Christopher. And would you be willing to come up here, please? I wanted to just do you first. I mean, that is huge. I think there may be one more woman who's not here today, but I think Pam, who else has done it for 11 years? All 11 years completely? Get up here. Get up here. Just get up here. Carrie. And your daughter, who is now 16, wow, just grow on me, has done about 5. She's completed 5. This will be the 6th, maybe? Okay, and so Caitlin is only 16, and she's done 6 years, 6 years. So let's give her a hand, too, while we're at it. Right, now this is something else, and so I want them, and this is not even anyway to express appreciation for sticking with us for this long, but I want these ladies to get the whole package, which will be the book, the shirt, the bracelet, and a mug. And so I'm going to show you the mug right now, if you'll hand me one of those. Here's our mugs, and that's what you get this year if you're a finisher. And I loved these. I mean, yay, okay. I really loved these. This wasn't going to be what it was going to be. But when these came in the mail, and I've already had my coffee out of it for a couple of mornings, and I thought, I really want all the finishers to have one of these. So I had made these bracelets for you, but I want you to just, how many finishers are in the room? We have, wow, that is amazing. That's a lot of finishers. I want every one of you, I hope that we don't have more than 72, but I want every one of you finishers to have a mug or a bracelet. You can choose the bracelet if you don't want coffee or whatever. You can choose a mug or a bracelet after we recognize you today. All right, so I'm going to give this to Holly. And do you get it? Do you get it? You have to go to the table because I didn't know your shirt sizes. So I want both of you to have the mug, the book, the bracelet. What else did I say? In the shirt. I want you to have all of it. And oh, let's give them their bracelets. All right. Here we go. There's your bracelets. And you may already have one, but that's okay. You can share with somebody else. Let's give them another hand. Another round of applause. I love you. Thank you for sticking with us. All right. And that is Pam Christopher from the East Hill Church in Pulaski, Tennessee, and Carrie Epling from the Elizabethton Church of Christ in Elizabethton, Tennessee. And we're thankful for them. All right, now I think that, are we maybe okay to have that other slide or not yet? Okay, all right, let's put that up. We can do it at the end. We can do it at the end. That's fine. Okay, so I want to get the amazing job slide up, and if you'll come up here. Julie gets the whole package too, because Julie, can you see the cookies? Can you see those? And every single time that we do something new, she makes amazing cookies, but it's not just that. It is that she also has a Monday afternoon podcast, and I think you all need to know about this anyway. So can you tell them where they can do this podcast?
So we have a monthly Monday afternoon podcast called Mama's Monday Moments, and it's a Facebook group, and you can be added to that if you'd like. We live stream all of our lessons. We also do audio recordings so that if you can't watch live with us, you can play it back or watch it back at your convenience. And so we've got lots of people from all over that study with the Midland Diggers.
And I'm just going to tell you that, this is not any sort of exclusive thing where you need to be, I want you to watch our podcast. And that, of course, is how we be a finisher, is to watch the Digging Deep podcast or listen to the Dig-A-Bits. But, she's saying here, if you want to sometimes join their little podcast, their Zoom group, I'm showing her to you here, so you can
We are
come
very casual. We
and
just sit
see
at my
her.
table and talk.
Yeah, it's very casual, and if you want something additional, it's a great thing to do. In addition to that, she's going to Israel with the Digging Deep group in November, and she'll be doing the podcast with me from the seashore at the Sea of Galilee. So I want you to have it all too. Can you give her a mug? And then can you go to the table and get the rest? But you have to tell him, because you tell him Cindy said that you get the package. Okay, very good. Let's give her a hand. And now we're just going to go ahead and recognize all the finishers. So if we have finishers that are in this section or this section, if you could come up to the stage right now. Finishers. Now let me tell you what a finisher is. Don't come yet. A finisher is, you have to do, now we're going to see some people sit down. No, not really. You have to do every lesson, every question, every reading. You have to do every practically speaking. And you have to listen to every podcast or every Dig-A-Bit for the year. If you are through with all the Dig-A-Bits but August, you still count, because Jen didn't get up the last two yet. They'll be still coming. But if you did all the way from September through July, you're still a finisher if you did all those Dig-A-Bits. So it's either the podcast or the Dig-A-Bits. It's every question, every lesson, every practically speaking, what? If you came to the West Huntsville Ladies' Day in September, you get to skip 1 month. I hope you did it. I don't mean you personally. I love for you to do it, even if you get the month off. But if you didn't finish one of the months because you whatever came up, life happens. Any month you didn't finish, if you were at that Ladies' Day, you're still a finisher. So let me have these ladies come. Because come on, finishers, come on. And let's give them a hand. Okay, if you can go all the way over here. Yeah, there we go. Yay! This is the most exciting part for me. So, and people here can read my book so they can see. All right, so here we are.
Hi, I'm good.
This is Mindy
so
Rucker
good. From Rockwall, Texas.
And you are first time finisher?
Well, the first time I've been here that I finished it.
Yes,
I have not.
From
Livingston, Tennessee.
Livingston, Tennessee.
I'm Misty Hayes from Jupiter, Florida.
So we have Texas, Tennessee, Florida.
Lisa Morgan from Wetumpka, Alabama.
4 states so far.
Jessica Donovan from Hattiesburg, Mississippi.
Mississippi, 5 states.
Debbie Ingram, Johnson City, Tennessee.
Tennessee, another Tennessee.
Aurelia Wright, Bakersfield, California.
California.
Katie Curd, Christiansburg, Virginia.
Virginia. Only one repeat so far.
Mary Lee Epling, Lebanon, Virginia.
Caitlin Epling, Elizabethton, Tennessee.
Melanie Pinedo, Elizabethton, Tennessee.
And Melanie, you've done it for?
It's like 6 years, but I think it's $5 because I started when I was 12.
And okay. Yeah. Okay, here we go.
Samantha Medford, Illinois.
Lois Vick, Indianapolis.
Indiana.
Yeah. Jenny Townsend in Indianapolis, Indiana.
But Anita, I want you to look over here at Anita, who is on the walker and is not coming up here, but she is a finisher, and she is from Indianapolis, or at least that Indianapolis area. So we've got Indiana, Tennessee, right? Indiana, Illinois, Tennessee, Virginia, California, Tennessee again, Mississippi, Alabama, Florida, Tennessee, and Texas. Did y'all count how many states? That's a lot of states. And yet, our hearts are all together every single month. And our hearts are all together for the glory of God. So what I want you all to do, let's give them a hand one more time, these. And if you can go on down and then walk around here, she'll give you your mug or your bracelet. And I know it's not about any mug or any bracelet or any book or anything, but it is about glorifying God. And we are so happy that He gives us a chance here in this sisterhood, which is a vestibule of heaven, to do that. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Okay, now do we have finishers who are in this section? Let's do this one by itself. Do we have finishers in here? Okay, y'all come up here. Julie, you can come again, even though you got your thing. Is there anybody in the room whose state didn't get called? What state are you? New Hampshire! Oklahoma! South Carolina! Whoa, okay. Come on down. Yes. Okay, good. Okay, and this is Julie Orr. You already saw her, and she is from Texas, but Midland.
Midland, yes.
Texas. And this is Julia. I'm drawing a blank. Tagami. Julia Tagami, and she is from
Hot Springs, Arkansas.
And I don't think we've heard Arkansas, did we?
I don't
So
think
this is a new one. Okay.
Stephanie Hatfield, Pulaski, Tennessee.
Pulaski, Tennessee. Do you got a Fairview?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Leslie Hamby from Pulaski, Tennessee.
That's Fairview, and this is Fairview.
Erica Greaves from Fairview in Pulaski, Tennessee.
How many do you have? How many diggers?
I think we had about 25.
25 diggers. And there's somebody just now who came up to me and said, we're just now starting, and I have 16 people signed up first year. So, you know, if I have to do this till I'm on my walker and people are studying, I'm gonna keep doing it.
Mary Lawson, Cookeville, Tennessee.
Jenny Hagewood, Belton, South Carolina.
South Carolina, there you go.
Nikki Cagle, Rochester, New Hampshire.
Rochester, New Hampshire. Now, did we met when I was up there recently? All right, good. And
Kathy Carroll, North Richland Hills, Texas.
And Kathy Carroll gets the whole package too, because we wouldn't even be having this technology if it were not for her, and she has helped me for all of the years in major ways. So you get the package too, but I'm bringing you yours because I'm seeing you a lot. All right. Do you want small or medium?
Small.
Okay, t-shirt. Okay. Let's give them a hand and go down and get what you want. Okay. Okay, head that way. Good. Okay, I'll bring you yours. But make sure you save out a mug for Kathy Carroll. Make sure you save Kathy Carroll. Give Kathy Carroll her mug. On the front row there. Front row right there. Yeah, there you go. Okay. Okay, and do we have these last two sections? Do we have finishers over here? Okay, head on up. Oh, my heart. This is a big group, too. So thankful. Oh, no. All right.
Jennifer Gully, Mount Sterling, Kentucky.
Mount Sterling, Kentucky. I don't think we heard Kentucky before. So this is great.
Pay Welch, Mount Sterling, Kentucky.
Mount Sterling, I love you.
Nancy Donaldson, Mount Sterling, Kentucky.
How many do y'all have in your little state? Oh, good.
Wanda Russell, Childersburg, Alabama.
Wanda Russell, Childersburg. Wanda had somebody make me a quilt that had the front of the T-shirt for every year, and that was a couple of years back. So I guess she's gonna have to start on another one. Just kidding.
Laura Ashby, Toledo, Ohio.
Janet Anderson, Williamsburg, Virginia.
Kathy Whedon, Chickasha, Oklahoma.
Oklahoma.
Dina Goodnight, Lake Dallas, Texas. And we'll see you in November.
Yes, I'm going to see you there.
Barbara Roberts from Rutherford, Tennessee, but our small group is in Oak Ridge, Tennessee.
Okay, sounds good.
Debbie Devers, Bankston, Alabama.
She is from the congregation where I moved with my husband, the very first congregation where he preached in none of your business, right? and I was, I was 20 when we moved there. And it's an adventurous place to live, let me tell you. It is an adventurous place to live. And I have known her for all of those years. And she was going to go to Israel with us this year, but some family members got sick, so she's not going to be able to go. And this is her very first finishing year. So, and she loves it. Now, do you want to tell the whole group your story?
I can. You might have wished I told you first.
She tells me that there's this story she's got to tell me when she's there, and it's a dig and deep story, so we'll see.
Okay, so my husband and I, he's been retired 2 years, and our intentions were to travel. And so we were going this spring to Scotland, Wales, London. And so this is before my dad's gotten pretty bad, and so we're having to help a lot with him. But anyway, you know, all the luggage problems, you know, it's terrible. And so I didn't worry about my Digging Deep book, but I carried with me a small little backpack, just my things, and my Digging Deep book, and my Bible was in my carry-on. So they make an announcement. We have no room for your carry-ons. We need for you to bring them up. And I look at Randy, and he's like, and I said, I can't do it. And he said, why? I said, I just can't do it. And so the lady comes over and says, ma'am, and she was very rude. She said, ma'am, I've got to have your bag. And I said, you can't take my bag. And I just start crying. And I mean, I had no control over the crying. I was crying horribly. Now, my makeup was in the bag. My jewelry was in the bag. Clothes, my favorite walking shoes, that didn't matter. I thought, my things are going to be lost. My Bible and all those months of work are going to be lost. And I sat, and she said, get over there on the floor and get everything out you need. I mean, she did it just like that. So I go over there on the floor, and I am just crying so bad. And Randy's like,
and all her jewels went
and he, no. The lady came over there, another one said, she patted me on the back. She says, ma'am, you just go right on and take that on.
Well, you know, one time I left mine in a chair like that right beside the window in an airport in Denver. I left all my study materials right there. And I had to go speak about 5 times in another state somewhere and fly back through Denver. And I had none of my notes. I didn't have my Bible. I had to talk off the top of my head. And somebody loaned me a Bible, but no notes, nothing. And it was speaking pow, 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 pow. But I was mostly sad because there were my study materials and my Bible, and I would never see them again. And when I was going to the Lost and Found, I was on my way to the Lost and Found, but I stepped off. It was a pavement. We were outside, and I stepped off of the last step of the pavement, and I saw this man standing there looking at me. And then I looked down to see if he was airport security or why was he just looking at me and staring at me. And I looked down here to see his badge, and right there I saw my Bible in his arms. He was an airport employee. It was not his day to be at work. He drove into the airport so that he could meet my plane. He had gone online from the information that was in my Bible, found out when my flight was coming back through Denver, come to the plane to meet me with my study materials. and he told me he had already been online to see our website. He had learned a lot about the Bible that weekend, but he knew that I could not live without that Bible, and it is here. I've lost it again, but it's here. Then that Bible came to Sevierville one year, and I spoke over at the Sevierville church, and I didn't see that Bible for 2 years. And I was in the Walmart parking lot in Huntsville, Alabama, and I got a phone call, and I picked it up, and this lady said, "Hi, I'm a member at the Sevierville Church of Christ," and I had gone over there twice to look for it. And I had other people looking for it. And she said, "I think I might have found your Bible. It's in the audio room in a drawer." And it had been in that drawer for 2 years. It's here with me. That Bible is here with me. And I get it. We are soul sisters. I get it. And this is Tiffany Gaines, and she is newly from Henderson, Tennessee. Tell us what you're doing there.
So I am teaching several courses as an adjunct professor this year. I'm teaching the Bible to children and a Christian woman, and because my husband is missionary in residence.
So she gets to live.
And well, let me tell this precious story. Does anybody have any freshmen? Okay, so keep hope, okay? Because I've told my daughter my whole life I will find a way to get to go to college with you. So keep the hope alive. You never know. She's a junior this year. You never know. You might get there and do it. But I started this study in Tanzania last year. So I don't know if I've did Tanzania, or I should say Bowling Green, Kentucky, or Henderson, Tennessee. But that's where I'm from.
Or that other place that you've lived in Tennessee. Wasn't there one more in between? No.
No, but.
So she finished. I mean, we're going to call her, since we just want to, we're going to call her a Tanzania Africa finisher.
I think we should. Totally think we should.
You know, when I write my blog and I say that.
International.
So good.
International, yes.
I'm kidding. But also, I want to say to you who have freshmen at Freed Hardeman this year, I'm just going to go ahead because I know her and say that if your child has a problem, if your child needs anybody, if your child, my child, who is in this room has needed some stuff this year, has needed some support, has needed some encouragement, and this is your woman right here. There's lots of them on this stage right now and in this room, but here's one. Tiffany Gaines.
Amber Roberts from Henderson, Tennessee.
So I did not know there were any more there. Yay. So glad that you're here. Thank you. All right, let's give these ladies a hand, and if you'll go down this way, then just go down that way. There you go. No, I do need a book in a minute. Is it time to go? Okay. Okay. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Oh, my extra slide is next? Okay. We have one more person before we go on that we want to recognize, and I hope that she listens this afternoon. In November of 2021, Becky Mears was diagnosed with acute leukemia. She went through intense chemo for about 7 months, and then she received a bone marrow transplant from her brother, Moises Pinedo. Pinedo family that's here, stand up. This is his family, and he is the one who gave the bone marrow transplant, and so far, praise God, the transplant is working, and the cells are showing up 100% matching the donor. Still a battle right now as her body adjusts to those new cells, but we're praising God for the progress so far. So Melanie, will you come up here and get her mug for her? She is a first-time finisher, even through all the leukemia. She finished, Becky finished. I think she's not finished before. She's worked before, but she finished this. She has finished before. Okay, so she finished even through all that leukemia and the bone marrow transplant, and she's dying that she's not able to be here today. She's also helped us some with our Spanish translation. We are very thankful for her, and we're going to pray before we leave this room for Becky. And Moises is doing well. He's here. So we're very thankful.